Hello everybody. So my name is Samir Hennaoui. I'm a product manager from Murata Paris office. I'm taking care of all the LPWA strategy and communication, especially in Europe. So first, I really would like to thank the Sync Networks who give us the opportunities to explain what we are doing, how we see the future inside the LPWA framework, and especially for the LoRa, and also somehow bit less, but Sigfox and also the cellular IoT. So tomorrow, if you're interested in, I will make a presentations to make some comparison between ISM bands and cellular IoT market. And for this today presentation, I would like to explain more where we are inside this ecosystem, what kind of modules we are providing, because we are Japanese. Big Japanese hardware module makers. And so yes, through these presentations, I would like first to give you some information for people who don't know who is Murata. So we are quite old Japanese company. We have been established in 1944 in Kyoto, in Japan, and at this time we used to make capacitors, inductors, still as of today, because we are leading the market for passive components. And since that, we grown until making also modules, wireless modules, especially for Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, stuff like that. And so we reached in 2017 a net sales of the equivalent of $13 billion. And we are 60,000 people, employees all around the world, most likely in Japan. So roughly, the market we are targeting, especially with our modules, is pretty wild. The communication, especially with the smartphones, we are quite present, but also on the consumers area, which is concerning the laptops, the tablets, printers, but also all the consumers with TVs, with audios, HiFi, stuff like that. In the automotive as well, we are quite present, even with connectivity modules. And healthcare is a quite, let's say, emerging business that we are going in, and we are providing some solutions. And energy harvesting and environment as well. So we really think that the IoT business will expand a lot such kind of market segments. So why Murata is quite dominant today in the modules framework. So first, today we are enjoying 60% worldwide market share of the global module sales into the world, which represents something like more than 30 million modules per month that we are selling. Most likely because of the mobile market. If you know the nice fruity company in the US and the other one you can find in South Korea, I'm pretty sure that if you open it, this is a Murata module that we will find inside. So all this means that the expertise we have from hardware, but also software, make our module very small and very attractive and customized for most of our customers. Of course, we are taking care of the certifications for any kind of country, any kind of standards that customer would be interested in. We are working with actually everybody, all the IC makers, the RFICs or the microcontrollers provider. We are making a very large variety of modules worldwide that we sell thanks to our very large sales network. So we have a very big distribution channels from where you can find our product and also our modules. I will go later for the LoRa, which is the case. And also for as a direct business, we also have a technical support team, sales, logistics support that we can do. So this is a very nice additional value by selecting Murata, because we are pretty big, so we can support you with a good pricing, because we are enjoying nice volumes. And also the partnerships that we have with most of our players in this segment. So now what's the story with Murata and LoRa? We started the adventure. It was more than 2 years ago. We were already even before studying the business, and then from that we decided 1.5 years before to start this new module that I will present later on. And we decided also to enter the LoRa Alliance in order to understand more the ecosystem, try to be more and more visible into this market. And I can say that as of today, we are quite visible, let's say. We have a booth over there if you want any more information, and you can see that the acceptance that we are seeing for this LoRa module worldwide is pretty good, and especially in Europe. So we became a member of the LoRa Alliance in July 15, and of course we were there beginning of the week in Amsterdam, where we're the last AMM. So what's about the LoRa modules? Basically, 1 year ago we started with one module. It was in January, yes, exactly 1 year ago. It was in January 2017 that we launched the mass production of it. And if now I show you the lineup of this module, it's like this. We have around 10 derivatives of modules that we are using for this LoRa ecosystem, with many kind of features, many kind of solutions which can be optimized for many kind of applications or requests. So this one is a quite common one that most of people knows, which is combined with the 091, which is just without the encryption, but it's much more for the evaluation kits. If you see in our booth, we have evaluation kits which is embedding, which are embedding this module versions. And the good interest of that is that there is this is, let's say, a plug and play solution. You can do whatever on it. There is the open MCU on it. There is a 192 kilobytes flash. You can put your own application layer on. There is a power boost inside. There is a TCXO inside, which allows you to run in outdoor applications, but also you can run, for instance, Sigfox applications if you want. You have a single SKU, a single firmware that you can use for worldwide. So you can use for Europe, for US, for Asia Pacific. You can use one firmware that you flash in this module. This module can operate from hardware point of view from 800 mega to 1 gig. So this is also easy to use solutions for your system, which means that you only need to have your antenna, your battery, your sensor, and you're all set. So it's pretty easy. On top of this, we figure out that many of our customers were requesting for the modem version because 80 commands are required, and also especially to fasten the time to market, they need to have something with commands usable as soon as possible. So last month we finally released the modem version, which is basically pin-to-pin compatible version. So it's really easy for you to switch for any kind of solution for these ones. And the firmware is even available for free on our website. So you can buy our module on your distribution channel. You register to My Murata. You sign the paper for agreeing the conditions, and the software is yours. So it's really simple to get. What's the other features that we are providing also for the LoRa, because we think that the security and also the logistic will be important when customers are going through the mass productions, is the secure element. We have a secure element inside. This is a ST micro secure element. This is ST Safe 800 and 810 that we have in. And for that to operate and to provision the keys, we have 3 TKM vendors. So Actility, which is quite well known in the LoRa ecosystem, but also with Gemalto and GND. So you could find easily into the market maybe from, let's say, June. in June in the market, you will find all these part numbers as well on distribution. And if you want to provision your keys with one of these TKM vendors, it will be quite easy. So it will secure much more your device, and also it will for your mass production, they will take care about provisioning each device instead of doing it by yourself. So doing it manually when you have 1K or 2K PCs could be even okay, but when you start to run 10K, 20K, 100Ks, doing it manually is very nightmare. Even Murata, we cannot do it. If you want to personalize all our DVOIs inside our modules when we have huge volumes, we will deal with one of these. So this is for the standard countries that we have so far. But we also have what the version we call 1NM, which is the same footprint as the ABZ modules. But this one is more for China market. China market is growing. We can see that, especially in the LoRa Alliance, we can see a momentum for this area. So we also developed a module which is 130 and 131, which is supporting the 433 MHz bands. The interest, the 470 for China. But since we are using this frequency band, we extended the bandwidth also to reach the 433 MHz bands, so which is the ISM for Europe. So basically, with this one, you can also target the low bands. So let's say that just with that, you can use the worldwide countries. This one SKU for EU, Europe, US, Asia Pacific, India as well, and one with low bands for the China market. So very easy to use. We also started a new area within the alliance, which is the gateway modules. More and more companies are interested to develop indoor gateways, and for that we are facilitating the implementations into their own solutions by providing a full solutions. So I can go back through on it as well. So that's basically the form factor we are talking about when we consider the endpoint. So this is a pretty small form factor, 12.05 by 12.5 by 11.6. I think this is one of the smallest that you can see in the alliance. And if you consider all the features that you can see inside, I think we are in a quite nice position to provide something very good, especially when we consider the wearables, the asset trackings, where you need something very small and very cheap. So the main business that we were looking for with such kind of business at the beginning 1 year ago, it was much more the smart metering. Many companies were pushing us because the time to market was very important, and also the implementation as well. But asset tracking is getting more and more important, and such solution is really easy to use because it's only 1 square meter and everything in. No need to add any host outside of it. It's also a quite large temperature range, so -40 to +85, so which, as I mentioned, can operate as an outdoor. And one important information is that also inside you have a power boost, 14 dBm plus 20 dBm, so you can use whatever you want, and especially for deep indoor applications, you can boost as your convenience the output power, because over here we have a switch inside. So that's most likely the recap of what I mentioned. On top of this, what I would like to say is that the Sigfox firmware will be available on STMicro website from next week. It will be also available for free. You can download it. So this Sigfox firmware will not be open source because Sigfox can't allow that. But you can get the binary file with 80 commands, and easily you can switch from the LoRa or the Sigfox with one single module. So no need to have many hardware, many SKUs. One module, multiple regions, and multiple standards. Okay. basically, this is the kind of gateways that the gateway that we are using so far for Europe and for US market. So we are using the SX1308, which is much more for the low temperature usage, and the SX1257 and okay, for TX and Eric's side, and for the front end we have also the Skyworks. You were using Skyworks front end module. So the form factor is pretty small. Sorry, this is something like 5 by 2, and there are SMD connectors on which you can put on your own PCB as well. So the interest of that is that you also have the host, you have the Cortex M4 on it, and with this, with the 238 kilobytes flash, this is also a standalone module. There is nothing to add except your battery, your antenna, and eventually, if you want, your sensor on it. So this will be available in the market by, let's say, mid-end of Q2. And we should go also to the broad market with that. Okay, so as I mentioned, we are taking care also of the full certification: FCC, IC, RED, CE. No need for you to go through. We are taking care of everything, so it saves your costs, and also your money to go to labs. We are doing it. The good point also, of course, we are certified by the LoRa, but most of people come to me and say, are you supporting this stack? Are you supporting this one? My answer is no, for the simple reason that this is an open source. By having an open source, if I certify every stack every 2 months, it's getting a nightmare. So let's say that we pre-certified the module, it was with the stack 1.0.1 or 1.0.1, and from now on, we let the customer to make their own design and just go to the LoRa Alliance and make their own certification just for the LoRa. But honestly, this is 2 hours certifications. This is much more complicated to do and much more expensive. So, of course, we are certifying worldwide for this. So, what's about the evaluation kits? The evaluation kit you can see here, and also the workshop that we are proposing to you to explain how to use the firmware of STMicro, how to go to the TTN network. This board has been developed in collaboration with ST. So basically, this is ST proprietary ownership. We are proposing on their website and Murata website the full range of documentations on how to use, how to debug the full solution with one board. So it's already available in the market. I can say we are proud with ST to say that as of today, within 1 year, we sold already 16,000 boards around the world, especially in Europe. So we have quite a good, let's say, interest. We see a good interest for this solution so far, and based on it, of course, you can order the samples which can go through. The Sigfox, as I mentioned, is available in April, and of course, it will be possible to use on the evaluation kit, not only on the modules. So we are proposing, we'll propose the secure element version in June with the evaluation kit as well. So let's say by Q3 you will have everything ready for this evaluation kit and the software development kit. So, before closing this, I would like to say that Murata, we are not here only to propose one module and to stop the story. There is something I cannot show right now because it's still on the, finalization, but we are continuing to make smaller modules, cheaper modules, and also to go further with high features modules, because we know that even inside the ISM bands, the market is fragmented and the demands, the requirements are different. So we are doing our best now to reach for the new generation something, even $5. This is something that's what we are considering, and smaller than 1 square centimeter. This is the challenge of Murata, because we are very skilled for making small form factor. So we can reach now a very small form factor. The price is something now we need to go down, especially when we consider the competitions with the cellular IoT which is coming. So Murata would like to be a player on that, even if of course we are preparing also modules for other kind of technologies. But we are very proud. We can say that, just give you an overview, in terms of revenue, not revenue, in terms of volumes, by end of 2018, we already have 1 million pieces order. So which is a very good sign of the acceptance of the customers by using the LoRa. So that's why we would like to go further with this. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate. I'm here. We have our booth as well. So, yeah. Thank you.
Hello. So when you include the user application into the same flash, how much space do you allocate for the user application and the 192K?
Okay. So if you consider the full flash size which is available in the module, you have to consider that for the LoRaWAN stack, roughly maximum 50K bytes is required just for the stack itself. So which means that most likely you have 130, 140K bytes flash, which in most of applications are more than enough. So I guess you should be okay with that. Yeah.
Keep reading.
One question about the secure element.
Yeah.
Do you allow the application to use the secure element, or is it only for the LoRa crypto?
Yeah, it's not only for LoRa. For instance, for Sigfox, we'll open it as well. So we are not restricting the use case for the secure element. But just for the key provisioning, we would like to stick on the three TKMs I was mentioning, because in terms of logistic, this one, in terms of productions, it could be a nightmare if all customers want to provision their own keys. So we would like to do this. Otherwise, there is also an alternative solutions. If you have your own key generator system, STMicro can do it for you, but the secure element should be outside of the module. So you can be quick by using this, or you can custom by having an external secure element, no problem.
Okay, thank you.
Any more questions? Then I think we're good for a coffee break or tea break or snack break, whatever you want. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.